Wagner here. We're going to talk today about tagging our items for the sale, and I'm usually in the clothing room, and so that's what I'm going to focus on today. I get a lot of questions, first off, about hangers. We only accept these plastic hangers. We don't accept metal hangers at all. And when you tag an item, you want to make sure you do not put the tag on the hanger. This is one of my son's shirts that will be at the resale this season. He's too big for it now. This is a Gymboree. And so when I tag this item, I usually button all these buttons up and make it presentable. People like to, when they look at their items, they like to know that it has all the buttons. We like to know that too. And then when you tag an item, there's a couple different ways that you can tag a shirt like this. You can take it and either put the tag through a buttonhole, or you could put the tag through one of the shirt tags on the back. This one actually has a loop, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it through the loop, and just loop it around. Now, if a shirt doesn't have a buttonhole or a loop, like sometimes like a Henley top doesn't have any of that, that's when you would need to use a safety pin. And make sure that when you pin your shirt, that you're pinning it to the shirt, not through the hanger. You don't want your item pinned to the hanger. Something else to consider is if this were actually a set and it had a pair of shorts to go with it, I would do one of two things. I would either take another hanger, a pant hanger, put the shorts on there, and then rubber band the two hangers together as a set. And when you do that, you want to make sure that you actually take a clothing pin and put it through the shorts and the shirt, so that if the shirt were to fall off the hanger, we know that that's still part of a set and that belongs to you. The other way to do it, and my least favorite way, is some people take the shorts and they pin them to the shirt and hang them together. I'm a believer that some things sell better just because of the way that you present them. Some people have beautiful clothes, but when they hang them on the hanger, it's just awkward. And so people don't take the time to look at them when they're shopping. So my recommendation would be to use two hangers, use a pant hanger, rubber band the hangers together, make sure that both pieces are pinned together in case one of them were to fall off the hanger. So then I have a pair of shorts. These are swim trunks, so these will be at the resale as well this spring. When we hang something on a hanger, we want to make sure that it makes a question mark. The top of the hanger needs to face in that direction. Just like when I did this shirt, it looks like a question mark. So this is the front of the hanger. So when I do my shorts, I want to do the same thing. I want to take it and put it on there. You want to make sure to get them as straight and nicely put on there as possible. If it has a buckle in the front or a tie, you want to tie it up, make it look presentable. Now these actually have, nope, they don't. They don't have belt loops. So what I would do in this situation is I would either tie this really tight and then put my tag through that, or I would take a safety pin and I'll put my tag on the side of it. Something else that has been left to great debate amidst us resale people is onesies. My personal opinion on a onesie is that I would like to see it hung on a hanger. So I would take a pant hanger, and you can even put 2 or 3 onesies together on a pant hanger and hang it like that, and it can hang right in the size clothing with everything else. So if someone is shopping for 0 to 3 clothing, the 0 to 3 onesies will be right there. And what I like about this is you can see it. You can see if there's any stains on the onesies. You can look at the back of the onesies, make sure all of the snaps work, nothing is ripped or torn. Whereas some people take their onesies and they'll group them together, and they'll fold 2 or 3 of them together and put them in a Ziploc bag like this, which it's totally acceptable to do that. We accept them that way, so there'll be 2 or 3 onesies in there together. The only thing I would suggest when you do that is to then take a stapler and staple that shut. We don't want anyone opening it up during the sale, taking them out, onesies getting lost, because your onesies will not have your tags on them. When we tag anything in a Ziploc bag, your tag must go on the outside of the bag. You want to take a stapler, you want to staple it right to the top of the bag so that when we're checking people out, we can just rip off the bottom of the tag. It saves us from having to rip the bag open and hunt for the tag. Another item that some may view not as a clothing item, but we do put them in the clothing room. I think we also put them in the toy room depending if they're like a comforter or a thicker blanket, but receiving blankets, we do put them in the clothing room as well. And we recommend that you hang them on a pant hanger as well, so people can look at them and make sure that there are no stains or holes in them as well. Shoes. This is a pair of basketball shoes that we bought for my son back in September, and when he went to play basketball in January, they didn't fit right. Now, if you know anything about my kids, and probably yours, they have to be just right, just perfect. So, they're going to be in the resale. When you're doing shoes, there's a couple different ways you can do them. You can either, these have Velcro on them, so you can Velcro them together. I've done that before just to keep them together. So you can go like this and cross Velcro them. It's a little messier that way, especially little kids that all they have is Velcro on them. Sometimes that's the only way you can do it. You can whip the Velcro together, or you can take them and tie them with the shoestrings. And of course, my son has a double knot in here right now, because that's how he takes his shoes off. So when you tie them together by the shoestrings, and then you can also loop your tag right through the shoestrings if they're knotted together. So you just take them, and I just usually go like that. And you get the picture, and then we take a tag and we'll go right through there like that. So your shoes stay together and they're tagged. Tag is easily accessible, and then they're all ready for the sale. Now, if you have a pair of shoes that don't have laces, they don't have Velcro, one thing that you could do, if they're small enough, you could take a Ziploc baggie and put them inside the Ziploc baggie, staple the Ziploc baggie shut, and then put your tag on the outside. I would not recommend sending your shoes in boxes unless they are brand new. We've had some consignors in the past that have sent their shoes in boxes. They were not brand new shoes, they were gently worn shoes, but she had saved all her boxes, and at the end of the sale, shoes get taken out of boxes. It's hard to match up what box belongs to what shoe. Unfortunately, I don't think she got all of her boxes back. After 800 people go through our sale, it's hard to remember what shoe goes in what box, so I wouldn't recommend that. We accept slippers and flip-flops and slides, those slippers that have all the characters on them, as long as they're in good condition. So, and if you have any questions about how to tag your items, please let Danielle, Shannon, or I know. And then when you're packing all your items up in the clothing room, the best and fastest way to unload them when you get there is to make sure that they're all separated by size. So if you have a couple of items that are, say, 10 to 12, you would group them together so the hangers all faced in the same direction and lay them in your bin. And then you would take the next size, which would be like a 12 to 14, and you can stagger them that way. I know that us resale girls, we take paper and we'll put boys 10 to 12 on top of this pile, and then put the next pile in our bins with the hangers facing the other way, and then put 12 to 14 on top of the next pile. That way, when you get to the sale, you just grab your 10 to 12s, you go to the rack, and it's done. There have been many a nightmare in the clothing room of bins that come and there's a 0 to 3, and then a size 8, and then a size 4, and then a size 16. And it's a nightmare when you're trying to one by one sort the clothes onto the rack in our very limited time to set up that day. So please help us out by making sure that all your clothes are in the bin and organized accordingly. Thank you.